Well. This video is something I've been wanting to make for a minute. It's me getting to finally talk about my false chameleons. Anyway, let's roll the intro. Alright, so what we're going to do in this video is we're going to essentially go over some pros and some cons of owning a Cuban false chameleon, and at the very end I'm just going to go what it's truly like to own a Cuban false chameleon. I have adults, multiple adults, I got females, I got males, I got babies I'm popping out, so I got a lot of information to say, and honestly I think this video is going to really make some of y'all who don't want one yet, don't have one, say, okay, so when can I get one? That's the goal of this video. Alright, let's roll it. First, we're going to talk about a very interesting pro that I do not understand why this is still being talked about as if it is truth. Their lifespans. If you go on YouTube, there are some videos that will still, to this day, and it is, I'm thinking, maybe this was made a couple years ago. Maybe this is an old video. Oh, no, it was made a couple months ago. And they're saying these guys only live about 4 to 5 years. And then they immediately say something that completely makes that sentence not make sense. And then say they have an individual that's 6 or 8 years old. So where is the mathing? You know, for example, Goliath there, my biggest Cuban, my oldest one, he's 3 years old. And if they were still, they died off around 4 to 5, quite simply, he wouldn't, still be trying to do what he does. You know what I'm saying? And then, you got some individuals like this, and that isn't an Anoles barbatus, but they are related. It's Chameleon, they're just a locale. It's like 14 years old, and it's still laying eggs. Most large body anoles live as long as what you see with your crested geckos. So I just wanted that to be clear, because it makes no sense. Oh, they live 3 years. Oh, they live 3 to 4, 5, 6. Oh, then they'll say, I have an 8-year-old. Makes no sense. It's dumb misinformation, and I think that really does hurt the popularity, because in my opinion, I don't like short-lived reptiles. It's kind of sad, a little boring. So that's why I have them. They live pretty long. Yeah. Alright, let's move to the next pro. And one of the bigger pros of a Cuban false chameleon is that they're pretty calm, I think this is one of the big reasons why all the large body anoles were like, they're like crested geckos back in the day. Because they're essentially just a crested gecko with a new skin when it comes to personality. They're calm, they're lovable, and they're great for beginners, great for the advanced keeper. They do fun stuff. And this is Goliath. Anyone who went to the expo, I have a video here, he was at the table with me. Y'all got to meet a nice, healthy, adult Cuban. Yeah. But, they're really nice. They're really tamed down. The babies aren't when they come out the egg, but give it about a month of you feeding them, and then they kind of mellow out, and then they realize, that curly-haired guy, he gives me food. I'm going to calm down. By my babies. Yeah. But, cool. They're tame animals. They mellow out real quick. And if you work with them, even if you have a quote-unquote mean adult, they're very hesitant to come to biting, which is really cool because they can bite pretty hard. We're going to talk about that later, though. Now we're going to talk about a bit of their care. Now this isn't going to be me doing essentially a small care guide because it's going to be another video. But their care is still important and is what is considered to be a pro and a con at the same time. But in my opinion, I say it's a pro, and I think to many others, it is a pro. It's just pretty much your preference. Now, as you see behind me, those are tropical plants and things that like high humidity. So what does that say about them? They like high humidity. They like to have some UVB back there, as you see right there. And then they like to have some heat, See that? Yeah, they like to have some heat on them. So yeah, these guys are pretty much a crested gecko that you add UVB and you give some heat to. They don't like to be that high, 95, maybe 100 if you keep your humidity a little higher. But yeah, very simple care. It's nothing that crazy like you'll see if like a boreal earless monitor. So you're not gonna have to go drop thousands and thousands of dollars to get them to be healthy. You're gonna go drop a penny, obviously. It's a live animal. You're always gonna spend $1 or $2 when it comes to getting everything correct. But yeah, these things are not gonna break the bank. They're easy to care for. Yeah. subbing, you'll actually get a better, full, intense care guide. Yeah, okay, did all that. Now I guess let's move into the con. First, it's me in a circle, but first you're also hear me rambling on about subbing. If you like this circle thing, let me know in the comments, because I just figured out how to do it while editing this video. So if you like it, let me know, and I'm gonna actually put in more videos. So we're somewhere in the video, wherever I want to put this exactly, and we're probably going along into this being like, hey, what are we stopping the content for? It's for this one reason down below. Why are you not subbed to this channel? Why are you not subscribed? Why are you not following me on my other platforms? Why aren't you leaving a comment? But, sub, leave a comment, like the video, share it, give it to your friends, subscribe to me, subscribe. I'm already at like 100 probably when this comes out. But, sub to the channel, y'all. Remember when I said this back in one of the pros, is since they're very tame, it's really good they don't bite. That's because in the wild, they crush snails, because most of their diet is snails, which means they have really powerful jaws. Now, I've only ever really been bitten by my babies and nipped by them every now and then, mainly when they try to climb up when I had more of a bigger, bushier beard, and Goliath when I fed him a worm with my hands. They bite very hard because, well, they gotta crush snails. Now, that's fun, don't get bit, it could hurt. I've never bled, but they've never bitten me that hard, so I don't know exactly. You can probably find a video somewhere, but in my experience, I haven't been bit unless they're a baby, and then when it comes to other people, they're normally really calm, like one of the pros I just mentioned, so they don't bite that much. Yeah, so don't put your fingers down their throat, I guess, and you won't get bit. One of the other specifics about them is that when you actually sit down and take good care of them and not get those bad animals from Petco or those massive wholesalers, a good quality animal made with a good quality breeder, they love to eat. They love to eat. Goliath is big. His girl is big. Patty, she's big. I need her to get the, I'm still hoping she goes completely on food again, which she is, but she doesn't eat as much as she needs to. That's why she isn't getting bread right now. We're fattening her up. Yeah, keep watching that. But, once you get them from a really good quality breeder, these guys love to eat. For example, all my babies eat day one. Now that's the interesting thing. Is that a good thing? Kind of. Because, having an animal that eats is really useful, especially say when you're going out of town, you need someone else to feed them. That's a really nice thing to have on deck. But at the same time, say it's in the hands of a younger person, someone who isn't that experienced with reptiles, they can accidentally overfeed them, cause prolapse, some obesity, liver and kidney problems that can result in an early death. Now, that is not the hardest thing to avoid. You just have to know how to monitor them and just look for good signs of them. Make sure they aren't really going whoosh, they aren't looking like sumo wrestlers, and we want them to be kind of lean, a little more clean, and a little more fit. We don't want them to be obese, y'all. Now, another con of them is this. They are very much depending on water, to the point where I genuinely believe if you even own one, you should probably get a misting system for that one animal, just because how much water they like to intake and how frequent they like their water. They need water, and they can easily become very dehydrated very quick. And luckily with this species, it is always very easy to tell by how much their eyes are sinking in, and it's very easy and as a very useful thing, especially for the new keeper. It allows you to make sure you're doing things right, and yeah. But like I was saying, very easily you can skip a misting because you thought, oh, I'll get it next time, and you accidentally skip it. Next thing you know, your Cuban is becoming severely dehydrated, and they're not going to eat as much, and it just causes a whole bunch of issues you really want to avoid. So if you do want to help fix that con, highly recommend you get a mister. And I'm not saying you need to go drop $400 on a misting. Go to Amazon, $40, get yourself a good mister that can run you on 1 to 2 cages, and it works pretty well. I've done that. I'm still using it, and it's running pretty much these 2 cages, and I got another one down here for the others. till I upgrade to a Mist King or I build my own system. Let's go to the very end and do a very unfiltered bit of what I think it is like to keep a Cuban false chameleon. Is honestly, I really enjoy it. You know, I really like working with them for a numerous amount of reasons. One, it's always nice to have a lizard that I can just go in, grab, hang out with, do what I need to do if needed. Say I need to look at their scales or something, you know, I need to check their weight. It's nice to just be able to go in there, grab one, versus say my Luca Garris, which I love her, right? But if I'm gonna do that, I know at the end of the day there's a good chance I'm gonna probably end up leaving it with very bad estimate on how much she weighs, or I'm bleeding. You see what I'm saying? It's just nice to have a lizard that I can kind of do whatever I really need to or want to with, that is, you know, involving me respecting the animal, of course. Great animals. They look very prehistoric, which I really do like about them. You know, I was a dinosaur kid when I was growing up, you could say, and I really like the fact that it's kind of like having a little dinosaur in my home. You know, the nerd, the childhood nerd in me is coming out. They're real fun. They're really fun to have walk around in the cage. You know, they always get shed stuck on their dewlaps, so you always have to come help here and there, just like now. Yeah, they're cool. They're great animals. They're fun to watch. They're fun to watch eat. They're fun to watch drink. They're fun to hang out with. They're just fun, you know? As we were talking about earlier, their only real con is their water, but it's not the hardest thing to fix. You know, get yourself a good mister and 99% of that issue is just out the window. You know, set a couple plants up and sticks higher than like I kind of have up here. Up here. Then, you know, spray that if needed, and it's going to make it drip. And guess what? When it drips, they're going to see it. They're going to drink it. If you put a water bowl in it, that's your best way to get them to, you know, realize in their brain, water drip in there. Water is good to drink. But make sure they're always watching when you refill it, so they also get that in their brain too. You know, lizards aren't dumb. You know, if you're having bad luck with them in that aspect, they just haven't been paying enough attention. You have to make them pay attention sometimes. Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, they're real fun, they're real personal, they're real cool, they're fun to work with. I really enjoy them. You know, I hope this video showed you some things. Hope this last bit actually did some good. Anyways, sub to the channel, leave a like, share it. Hopefully, if you want a Cuban false chameleon, I breed them. You know, I'm a good choice. Me personally, I think I'm a great choice. All I ask is you don't get them from Petco or a horrible wholesaler. Don't buy them from those places, you know. Buy them from your breeders. If your breeders are making money, they're going to be more passionate about these, which means they're going to want to do more fun stuff with them. And, you know, the more fun stuff that happens with them, you know, maybe a morph pops out. Then guess what? It's a whole new thing. Anyways, have a nice day. Into the video.